Hello and welcome to part 5 of my Torquay save, which is part 10 overall. And yet again, would you believe it, I've been sacked. I mean, this game is one cruel mistress. Well, if the game is a she, then she gives you a little, like, little taste of, success, and then she shanks it away from you. And that is what's happened at Torquay. Uh, but in fairness, it was partially my fault, but I won't accept the full responsibility this time. You can just see there, that is 23rd position in the League 2. That is why I got sacked, and Laurie Sanchez is most likely to take over. But I don't know, it's debatable really. Like, I won 2 games out of what was it? Yeah, I won 2 games out of 15, right? But in fairness, I've been on. I haven't. I've won. Okay. Let me explain. I've lost 7, but 8 of my results have not been losses. So it's a bit harsh, but certainly the defense was what let me down. We scored a lot of goals, but another win would have got us well and surely out. So maybe I think it's a little case of the trigger finger being too itchy by the chairman. I'll just show you the results very quickly. Like, I didn't do all wrong. Like, I definitely reduced the wage bill, and I tried to look to the future with some youths. But as you can see, there was a problem here from the very beginning, and I probably should have been sacked a lot sooner. Come to think of it, but I have been kind of unfairly treated towards the end as well. So remember the 5-2 loss in the Capital One Cup. That was alright. So we move on to Exeter City, our local rivals, and we lost a 2-goal lead with 15 minutes to go. Oh no, we were 3-1 down and we pulled it back. So that was an exciting game, but very disappointing how we let 3 goals in at home. And I thought our defence was fairly, it was very settled and things like that. But it proved not to be. Luton turned it around. We were 2-1 up very quickly, and then thanks to one of my former Pats players, Christopher Forrester, he played really well and got an assist to help Scott Rendell score a hat-trick for the newly promoted Luton. That was the shatter. That shattered the morale so badly that we just couldn't recover. Accrington Stanley beat us 1-0, a late goal there, kind of harsh. Dagenham and Redbridge were too classy really. 2 goals in the first half and then 1 more just to make absolutely sure. The stats were fair enough in that one. So then the Johnson's Paint Shop, we got the swashbuckling Swindon, led by Paolo Di Canio, and they just dominated yet again. So our cup run was not very good, and we got unfortunate. So we got our first draw since the 3-3, but we were winning with a good while to go, so it just wasn't working out whatsoever. The goalkeepers are doing badly, and the strikers were very much off and on, apart from Rennie Ho, who was doing really well. We got another draw to the bottom team, Port Vale, which was probably really unacceptable. Rennie Ho back to his best, but another former League of Ireland player, Craig Sivez, scored, followed by Matt Derbyshire to make it 2-1, but we got a late goal back, and that was another terrible result at home. I think we deserved to win. Look at how lucky they got with those shots. Fleetwood Town defeated us 2-1. Yeah, it was a late flurry of goals, but again the guys just couldn't defend for their lives. We were just really, again, kind of a rip-off really. So if you feel I'm doing badly, well then I am a bit worried really. I don't want people to come here and think, you're shite, Football Manager. And even though my 2012 like the best of 2012 compilation went up on New Year's Eve, which made me look quite good, this is a terrible start to the new year. Oxford were too classy for us and thrashed us 4-0. Bury were fairly average team. We got a 2-2. Rennie Ho yet again, saving us. But that was just bizarre. They scored in the 92nd minute, and then we scored in the 93rd. So that was that. So I think it was around this time I was trying to experiment with formations, and we started to get some points on the board. A really unfortunate injury to Billy Bowden cost us there, and we scored for half time, but we couldn't hold it, and that was a 1-1 draw to the Bantams. Bradford City. Chesterfields was finally our first win of the season. Rennie Ho, Nick Finn and Philip Lowry all did beautifully just for my 5th of October birthday, so I was pleased that we got something. Bristol Rovers were second in the table, and we were perhaps unfortunate to have only drawn. It was a close game, but we were better in front of goal, and they just got a lucky shot or cross across the 6-yard box, and they scored. So, and then this was the game I really should have been sacked for. Burton Albion went 2-0 up in the blink of an eye. We pulled it back to 2-2, and then when we were gaining momentum, they hit us with 2 more sucker punches and then an extra one just before half time to make it really, really unfortunate. I thought that was that. I get sacked. But then we played out of form Leyton Orient with a classy performance in front of the fans. The 4-4-2 was starting to work for them, and it was just a perfect game. Nathan Eccleston scored and Philip Lowry too. Great signing as he proved to be, but I thought he could play a bit better as an attacking midfielder. But then the game I got sacked for was to top of the table Southend. I mean, what else can you do? You lose 2-0 away from home to the best team in the league thus far, and you get sacked. It's a very debatable one, but nonetheless, England and, well, the UK and Ireland is now out of the question for this Journeyman Series. I'm just, shocked that I just cannot get the hang of this game. And so I have to move on to continental Europe. I mean, I don't have that many leagues loaded, do I? Well, certainly I don't have enough lower tiers like Italy. You remember San Marino or a tier below. Portugal, I got an offer to go to Lesios, but I rejected it to stay loyal to Torquay, and that didn't work. There's not many places I can go unless I add more leagues. But it's so early in the majority of the game season, so there's not many places I can go. There might be an international job if I'm lucky, but this is just disastrous. I've been sacked again, and just to confirm, St. Pat's have not recovered since they sacked me, not at all. There they are in 9th position with 3 games to go. They sacked my successor, one of the former players, Paulo Sam, I think is his name. I'm fairly sure that's the right name. Yeah, Paulo Sam was sacked for pretty much the same reason as me. He's the legendary player for the Super Saints. As you can see there, that is loyalty to the cause, apart from the 1 or 2 transfers away. And then he got replaced by a rather talented Scottishman, Mark McGee, who hasn't really settled in yet, but I'm sure he just needs a bit more time, and he can definitely improve the fortunes. But Liam Buckley, who I forced out, has gone to Crawley Town, which is nice, and I hope he does well there. But as for me, Torquay are screwed, St. Pat's are screwed, I'm screwed. I honestly don't know what to do next. There are a few jobs available in Holland and that sort of thing, but pretty much my plans now are to go back to the San Marino Challenge. I think I've wanted to play that for ages now. And I'll try and find a new job in this whenever I feel like it, but my sincere apologies to the fan who supports Torquay and was really enjoying what I was doing. I forget your name now, I probably should have looked it up, but you know who you are, and I hope you can stick by me throughout this difficult period. But enough talking, I suppose. Hopefully we get cracking on the San Marino Challenge again, but at the minute it's just been no good at all. I only lasted 234 days, and that is just terrible. My record there is really poor. But as I said, on the positive, Torquay had a lot of debt. They're paying too much money for their players, and I reduced that. And yeah, okay, thanks. And I did try to fix it as best I could, but it wasn't good enough. So, well, I am ONH5, and the part 5 has just been disastrous yet again. And hopefully the 11th part will see me move to a new country in continental Europe or beyond, see what else I can do to recover my career, which has gone down the pan. What a contrast to Football Manager 2012, where very little went wrong in comparison. Just the San Marino sacking, which was totally unfair, is probably the only blemish. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheerio.